president today, I believe it was on Hugh Hewitt's show, talking about kind of this blanket declassification, essentially, right? I hereby declassify all of these documents that are at my residence at Mar-a-Lago. That's how we're imagining it happening, right? He addressed it on the show. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't actually have that sound.
I've got it right here.
We know what he said, right? He brought up the idea. Do we have it now, Mike? We have it. All right.
Okay.
Let's play it.
Mr. Patel said he witnessed you giving verbal orders to declassify the papers that ended up at Mar-a-Lago. Do you remember making those orders?
That's correct. And not only that, I think it was other people also were there. But I have the absolute right to declassify. Absolute. A president has that absolute right. And a lot of people aren't even challenging that anymore.
So what I find so curious is none of the filings from the former president's attorneys include this defense of this blanket declassification. And I'll go on to read for you from the Washington Post in saying this. In a filing in response to that DOJ request on Monday, Trump's lawyers suggestively cast doubt on whether the documents are actually classified. They repeatedly use skeptical quotation marks around the phrase classified records. But crucially, they yet again declined to say Trump actually declassified them and instead cast that as an issue to, quote, be determined later. What do you make of it?
Right. Two things. First, that you're exactly right. They say again and again, well, the government says it's classified. Guess what? That's what classification means. The government puts the classified marking on it. So the notion that it's now for a judge later is really hogwash. But besides that, it's screaming out that he says this in the public sphere, but won't repeat it in the papers. What they say in the papers is, well, maybe he declassified. In a court of law, you need a declaration, you need evidence, and they won't give it. I think the obvious inference there is it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.